Also, one more thing I have a gripe about. The FPL servers owes me 11 points. The reason being, I had William Saliba in my team for game week 1, but the FPL servers decided to crash on me numerous times and wouldn't let me confirm the transfer, and I had to be stuck with Gabriel. It's just things like that. When it's out of my control like that, I feel extremely hard done by. I mean, if I just didn't decide to make the transfer to Saliba, have the intention to transfer for Saliba, then it would have been my fault. It would have been on me. I would have had to take the L there. But I did try to make a change to fix the situation, but the FPL servers, they just let me down. As reliable as Abou Diaby's legs, it's just unbelievable. I feel very hard done by, but yeah, you just gotta live with it. So yeah, this is where I'm at for game week 2. 767. It's not the worst, but I feel like I could have been up there. If things went the right way for me, I would have easily been 200k. Easy. But you know, it's just what it is. You just gotta live with it and move on to the next game week. And to be honest as well, I did feel like I wasn't going to do as well as game week 1 this week. The fixtures weren't as great. So yeah, I kind of knew I wasn't going to do that great, but yeah, I didn't expect it to be as bad and somewhat unlucky as I was this game week. But you know, that's FPL. It can happen. You can have bad game weeks. That's just the way it is, and it's the way it will continue to be. So you can only look forward to game week 3. So yeah, let's now get into my FPL game week 3 team. Also, one more thing I have a gripe about. The FPL servers owes me 11 points. The reason being, I had William Saliba in my team for game week 1, but the FPL servers decided to crash on me numerous times and wouldn't let me confirm the transfer, and I had to be stuck with Gabriel. It's just things like that. When it's out of my control like that, I feel extremely hard done by. I mean, if I just didn't decide to make the transfer to Saliba, have the intention to transfer for Saliba, then it would have been my fault. It would have been on me. I would have had to take the L there. But I did try to make a change to fix the situation, but the FPL servers, they just let me down. As reliable as Abou Diaby's legs, it's just unbelievable. I feel very hard done by, but yeah, you just gotta live with it. So yeah, this is where I'm at for game week 2. 767. It's not the worst, but I feel like I could have been up there. If things went the right way for me, I would have easily been 200k. Easy. But you know, it's just what it is. You just gotta live with it and move on to the next game week. And to be honest as well, I did feel like I wasn't going to do as well as game week 1 this week. The fixtures weren't as great. So yeah, I kind of knew I wasn't going to do that great, but yeah, I didn't expect it to be as bad and somewhat unlucky as I was this game week. But you know, that's FPL. It can happen. You can have bad game weeks. That's just the way it is, and it's the way it will continue to be. So you can only look forward to game week 3. So yeah, let's now get into my FPL game week 3 team. And so here's my team for game week 3. I think it's a pretty good team, to be honest. I've made 2 free transfers this game week because I had them. I rolled for game week 2. So I have 2 free transfers. So this is how my team's looking like. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of regretting my transfers already. I'll let you know near the end. I'll tell you why. But let's go through my team first. We've got Andre Onana against Nottingham Forest. United, you know, not looking great from an attacking sense. We just get run through the midfield. We really got to fix that. But I feel like Nottingham Forest at home should be a better fixture instead of Tottenham away. But yeah, Tottenham, they were very good. I have to concede, they were very good and we were very poor. But hopefully we just need we're getting run in the midfield, man. We got to fix that midfield. We got to get like Amrabat or even Gravenberch, someone like that would help a lot. But yeah, we got Onana, expecting better things in game week 3. Estupiñán, what a player, what an absolute player, one of the 2 saviors on my team. Him and Mbermo, just loving them, absolutely love them. I loved them last season. I loved Estupiñán last season. At the end of last season, he was so good. I just feel like he would continue his form, and he has for the first 2 games of this season. And yeah, definitely a core piece in my team. And Definitely not getting rid of him anytime soon. He's probably going to be in my team for 38 game weeks. That's how good and reliable I think he is. So yeah, Hope Estupiñán, love to have him. And if you don't have him in your team, what are you doing? And we in the other defense, we've got Gusto. This is one of my free transfers. Yeah, Gabriel, we just, we had to get rid of him. And we just went through a huge dilemma of what defenders I wanted to bring in. I've ended up going up for Gusto. Yeah, 4 million. I mean, you can't go wrong for 4 million. A starting Chelsea defender for 4 million. You can't go wrong there, like I said. And against Luton at home, I mean, Luton didn't play because of their stadium. They have a wonky stadium, so they couldn't really play. So they probably will be a bit, let's say, out of it in a way. So yeah, hopefully expecting good things. I am expecting good things because I also have Ben Chilwell in my defense. Very attacking, didn't do so well against West Ham. They weren't very good. But yeah, a lot of people were hyping up after game week 1. It was like, oh, if you're not getting him, you're missing out. I do feel that in a way, but he did end up only getting a point against West Ham. So, you can't really guess these things. They're just unfortunate things happen. I'm not saying don't get Ben Chilwell. Obviously, you should probably be getting him for Ben Chilwell if you need a defender and you can afford it. You should definitely go for Ben Chilwell because he is very attacking. He even plays like left wing. He's so attacking nowadays. He's so advanced and attacking. So he can't go wrong. And if they keep clean sheet, even better. And in the midfield, we've gone with the same things. We got the same players, We got Rashford, Martinelli, Fernandes, Saka, and Mbeumo. Now, Rashford and Bruno, I've seen a lot of you get rid of them. To be honest, I do understand why people are getting rid of them, but here's the thing. Let me tell you a story. Last season in FPL, I had Trent Alexander-Arnold in the team, and the first 2 or 3 games, he was absolutely diabolical. He was only scoring 1 or 2 points per game, and eventually I got so frustrated with him after 3 game weeks. I got rid of him for Cancelo, and then what went on happening? He went on playing against Bournemouth at home in the 9-0 win, and he ended up scoring 17 points, and João Cancelo only scored 1 point that weekend. So I got burned by 16 points by making that rash decision, and that's something I really don't want to be doing this season because I don't want to get burned like I did last season. So that's kind of the reason why personally I'm going to be sticking with Rashford and Bruno, because I know they're not doing very well right now. Man United aren't doing very well right now, but that's not going to be forever. They will start performing eventually. So with Rashford, he's just got to stop playing up front. He's not a striker. He can't hold up the ball. And with the opposition teams, they play very low line. He can't really get in behind. I don't think he's very effective that way. He just needs to stop playing him up front. He needs to play Martial until Højlund gets back, and then leave Rashford on the left wing. That's what needs to happen. He just got to stop playing him up front. Once he gets back on the left wing, he'll be just fine. And Bruno Fernandes, I know he's not been doing as great as I hoped for, but to be honest, he's on penalties. We can get Man United can get a cheap penalty at any given moment, and Bruno Fernandes will usually score those penalties. So I just don't feel like it's the right time to making such right time this week to really get rid of them. I'm giving them one more game week, and let's see how it goes. It could burn me. Other players like Foden, Madison could do better for sure, but I'm just not there at the moment. I don't want to be too rash when play myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the main reasons why I've still got them in my team. Let's see how they do. We got Saka, Martinelli. Very annoying. Why did Saka give the penalty to Odegaard? I would have more points there. It wasn't even a manager's decision. It was a player decision. It's just so annoying. I may have to consider getting Odegaard into my team instead of Martinelli or something like that. But, Fulham at home, it'll be a better game. They've just lost Mitrovic, so Fulham won't be as good as they are. Because they'll probably only rely on Raul Jimenez up front, so who's not that great, and Carlos Vinicius, who is not that great too. So, you know, I'm expecting a very easy Arsenal win, and hopefully these two will be doing the bits and yeah, compensating me for game week 2. And of course we've got Mbeumo. What a player he is. I just, you know, in game week 1, a lot of people were getting rid of him prior to the start of the season. By like game week 1, he was only on like 8% ownership. I'm just like, well, hello there. That is a differential. I'll be having some of him. And yeah, he has definitely paid dividends. A lot of you went for Mitoma. Mitoma is a great option. I don't hate the... I might consider bringing Mitoma in the near future, but, you know, I just felt like in Mbeumo, man, I knew he was on penalties. That was the key. He was going to be on penalties in the absence of Tony, and he was also playing as a striker in the absence of Tony as well. So I just felt like, you know, people, you know, the narratives, man. It's all about narratives. You know, you could get easily swayed into making the wrong decision based on narratives. I know, like, going back to the Man United, like, they're not good at the moment, but like I said, it's not going to be forever. Like, it can easily Bruno can get like a goal and assist, and the narrative will change in an instant. You can't be making such rash decisions at, you know, so early in the season as well. So that's why... yeah, that's why I've got Mbeumo. I didn't play with the narrative, you know. A lot of people were going for Eze, you know. Eze is a great... I do think Eze will come eventually, but, you know, at the moment, Mbeumo is just... Out of the 6.5 midfielders, he was the best one, by far. By far. And not just player-wise as well, the fixtures were so nice for him as well, so... I'm just glad I got him in when he was very low ownership. So, yeah, that's the midfield. And up front, obviously, we've got Haaland, the captain. You know, didn't do much against Newcastle, but, you know, it's Haaland. He will come good eventually, like he always does. Against Sheffield United as well, I think they're going to get relegated. I think they may even come last. That's how highly I don't rate them. So, yeah, Man City... there was no other option other than Haaland for this game week. I know a lot of you are considering like Saka and all that. It's just, or even Nick Jackson, you know. So yeah, Haaland is a no-brainer for me as a captain. And Ollie Watkins. I've still got Ollie Watkins in my team. The main reason being is because, am I absolutely in love with Watkins? No, I'm not. But do I feel the need to really get rid of him? No, as well. It's because, you know, he hasn't scored, but he's got assists. Like, he's doing something. Like, he's not being an absolute dud. You know who's being an absolute dud? Nicholas Jackson. This is just my opinion. I feel like Nicholas Jackson's FPL performances aren't warranted enough for him to bring him into your teams. Like, as an FPL asset, like, he's only got 2 points. Like, the only reason Jackson is hyped up is because of the fixtures and that he's the only Chelsea striker. But that doesn't mean he's going to do well. He still needs time to adjust. And at the moment, I've not seen enough for him to make that decision to replace Watkins. Watkins, we know he is proven. He can score at any given moment. Jackson, the jury's still out. So that's why I don't really believe in Jackson as much. Obviously, things can change. I mean, Jackson can score 1 or 2 goals against Luton. Like, if that happens, then it happens. Like, it is what it is. But at the moment, I'm willing to hedge my bets on Watkins to do better than Jackson, even though Jackson's playing against Luton. So I don't hate any of you for going with Nick Jackson. Like, that's up to you. I'm not saying it's a bad option, but just in my opinion, just for me, I've not seen enough. So that's why I've still got Watkins. And all of the issues I've had in my team, Watkins is probably not the priority to make a change in that sense. So yeah, that's my team. I feel like it's a very good team. I do think it will do very well this game week 3. I can easily see like 80 plus points because, you know, the fixtures are so favorable. Like, the majority of them are playing at home, you know, so it should be a good game week 3. And also my second transfer, like, okay, we got Areola as my second transfer. This is a transfer that I kind of regret. Let me tell you why. It's the reason why I decided to get Areola instead of Turner, because game week 4 I needed a goalkeeper. Onana, he's playing against Arsenal away. That's not a very high clean sheet potential, so I couldn't go with him. And also Matt Turner, he's going up against Chelsea away in game week 4. So those aren't very favorable fixtures. So I needed a goalkeeper that I could play in game week 4. And Areola is playing against Luton away in game week 4. So he's going to be my game week 4 goalkeeper. And the reason I brought him in now is because I feel like because of the penalty save he had during the weekend, his price was probably going to skyrocket. Or not skyrocket, I mean just go up like to like 4.1. So I just felt like at the time I didn't have any extra money, so I felt like I had to get him in now so that I have a keeper for game week 4. But in hindsight, it was a mistake because he was the first transfer. Gusto was the second. I didn't know if I was going to be bringing in Gusto or not, and in the end I did end up bringing up Gusto, and I would have had the money regardless to get Areola. So in hindsight, the reason why I regret it so much because I found a better option where I could have done. I could have gone with Ederson, because he's got a great Man City have got a great run of games, and he's been keeping clean sheets for the first 2 games. And yeah, if I if I knew I was going with Gusto beforehand, I would have got Ederson instead of Onana. So I would have had Gusto and Ederson. I would have had the money for Ederson. So yeah, that was a bit of an L on my part. It's not a huge L on my part. I still feel like this team will do extremely well, but you know, longer term, I felt like if I went with Ederson, I felt like I would have been in a better position. So, you know, hey, you live and learn. That it is what it is. You know, we've got Udogie, Archer, and Kabore. You know, they're just bench options. Udogie, honestly, I'm very happy with playing Udogie. I don't have any issues playing with Udogie, but just who else do you play? It's just, yeah, it's just options. It's just options. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit those notifications so you don't miss any more content from me. Follow me on the socials as well. The links are down below in the description. And let me know in the comments, how'd you do in Game Week 2 and what transfers are you bringing in? I'd love to know. And until the next video, see ya!